Right, I've had a little bit of a result in that I've managed to get in peg 17. Now last week, the guy that was in here managed, I think, 7 bites, landed 6 fish to over £50. Now, whenever you follow someone in like that, there's 2 trains of thought. Has he caught a load of fish and scared them out? Or is there still some more there, hopefully even bigger, that I'm gonna catch? Well, I'm gonna go with the second train of thought, because since I've been in the swim, I've already seen a fish show round in the area they seem to be holding up in. There's a big sunken snag, which is probably 130 yards down the margin, but I'm actually only fishing at 24 wraps, which is 96 yards. So I'm nowhere near the snags, but I know that's where the guy was fishing. So I think what they're doing, the fish are holding up in those snags, then under cover of darkness, they're coming, they're creeping out this way. And I've actually walked down the margin, seen where my marker float was, and sprayed a bit of boilie all the way around it. Not too much, it's the back end of November, it's still really cold. So I've gone with a couple of 100 boilies, which is just enough to get them rooting around and hopefully find one of the ones that's got my hook in it. Now, with regards to hook baits, I always like to start a session going with 3 completely different flavours. And then sometimes if you start to get a few bites, you really can see a preference that the carp want to go for. On the right hand rod, I've got a fibre bottom bait tipped with a sherbet GOO tipper. Nice, vibrant, yellow in colour, really fruity. And sometimes that flash of colour is exactly what's needed to get the bite. Now, I do know that the guy before me had most of his bites on white coloured hook baits. So the other 2, whilst they're both tipped with white, they're both slightly different flavour. One's the new almond GOO and the other one is the tried and tested buttercorn. So hopefully over the course of the session, we'll get a few bites, start to ring the changes if we need to, and hopefully be holding one of them big boys up for the camp. Right, we're almost 24 hours into the trip now. When I got into the swim yesterday, knowing that the guy had nearly all of his bites from down this left-hand margin, I decided to fan all 3 rods out in that zone. But not only has nothing happened, but when I looked at my line angles, it did look like that my lines could be a little bit tight. It could prevent fish coming into the area and feeding with confidence. So even though it's only early in the week, I've decided to just have a little bit of a mix-up. I've kept 2 down there because the area does look absolutely prime. But out to my right, I've got a wicked looking island and I found a lovely spot just off the side of it. And what I did, so as not to spook the area too much, I've drifted out into the boat just onto the island. I've stayed about 30 yards short and I've catapulted about 1 kilo of Cell and fibre boilies all the way around it, come back in, reel the marker float in and got the rod back out. So we've just gone into night 2. We've got 2 spots that I'm really confident in. Fingers crossed, let's see what tonight brings.
Spooner was in on the rod furthest down the margin. Moving 1 rod away to the island may have allowed the fish to drift in sooner, who knows, but it certainly hasn't done him any harm.
Well, there's nothing better than playing a carp, but when it's from a new lake, it's just that bit more special. I've just been getting a few little liners through the night, a few little knocks here and there, and just before the bite, in fact, I'd had a few bleeps. As I sat up, the left-hand rod, which is the one tightest down the margin, was roared off. Come on. Yes! Yes! Well, there we go. What a wicked way to start. It's not the big, massive monsters we're hoping for, but you know what? When a carp looks like that, regardless of size, they're always welcome in my net. 25-12.